somewhere along the way, the people on Riley Gaines' side have gotten lost in translation. The fact that Simone is not denying that there's room for better solutions for trans people in sports. She's just not okay with Riley making a full-time job out of bullying children
Yeah,
on the internet. Riley Gaines is not trying to fight for women. She is perpetuating propaganda, transphobic propaganda. She is transphobic. If she actually cared about you and cared about the sanctity of women's sports, she would lead with a scientific, objective approach where you're looking for the best solution. Misgendering people is not objective in any sense. It is bullying, it is transphobic, and it is not, she is not fighting for women. She's not. And this is what pisses me off because the people like Riley that come on the internet and talk about men in women's sports and the talk about like protecting women. You know what Riley Gaines did after the Simone tweets? She then tweeted a photo of Larry Nassar and reminded Simone Biles of the abuse she faced against a biological male. Again,
again, that's that
bully.
again. That
And it's
goes
a
into what I kind of
biological
said.
male. We are
Yeah,
afraid of biological men in sports. You know what I'm not afraid of? I'm not afraid of a trans woman changing next to me because there is no concern. I mean, have we not gotten past? There are plenty of lesbian and bisexual athletes in sports. I've definitely changed next to a lesbian athlete and never thought twice about it. And wouldn't you think that that's more sexual in nature than changing next to a trans woman? You don't necessarily know what that trans woman's sexuality and preferences are. So the fact that they're saying that it's something that causes a safety issue is is all objective. And
yeah, yeah.
you have no idea. And the the idea that men who have failed in men's sports will then just become transgender and say they're women and compete in women's sports is absurd. It's absurd.
I don't see
Absurd.
a lot of dudes doing
And then you
that
know what we
for
don't
sure.
talk about is we don't talk about the other side of it because you don't see it happen. But the trans men who want to compete in male sports, and you don't see the struggles that they face because, yes, there is a biological difference, there is a genetic difference scientifically. And that's why Simone was stressing finding a way for trans people to compete in sports. But all that this side is looking for is inclusivity and fairness. And the crazy thing is, I say fairness, but sports in its own nature is not fair. It's not fair that like Brianna Stewart is 6'4" and I could have had to play high school basketball against her somewhere at at a like
Yeah, and you being in New York, yeah,
it just it doesn't it sports are inherently not fair. Michael Jordan going up against Michael Jordan, going up against Shaq wasn't fair to anybody else. Going up against Caitlin Clark isn't fair. There's so much that isn't fair based on stuff that we can't control. So why are we focused on this? And why is this the thing that we're harping on and not height, weight, nepotism? Because look at how many children of professional athletes are now professional athletes. Like, talk about Bronny James. Is that fair? Is it fair that he was drafted into the league when he was? No, it's not. So sports are inherently not fair. And this entire argument is futile because nobody is saying that we should just let it continue the way that it is. There needs to be scientific, objective research done and a lane created for trans people to compete in sports because I promise you, trans athletes are not just looking to get one over on us. And it's not a safety concern for women more than male coaches, male massage therapists, like male trainers are a safety threat to women. So that's my piece. Sorry, it got a little
Uh,
heated.
like I said,
But yeah,
I with the whole Riley Gaines
uh-huh.
girl, chick, whatever. To me, I think it's just more of a mental issue. Like I said, as far as her opinion, she's allowed to have that or whatever, but it's just more of, like you said, the bullying, the attacking people on the internet. That's kind of like where it gets out of hand for real. I just think, like you said, she's miserable and she's just looking for something to find to hold on to. But like I said, she can have her opinion or feel how she wants. It's just you don't have to attack people in the matter of doing so. So, so yeah, she definitely needs some help or somebody to talk to for sure when it comes to the bullying. 100%, definitely.